Welcome. It's the Cats. We on Intellectual Radio. We on iHeartRadio. And we on Facebook Live many a times. And we here ready to let the cat out the bag. Meow. 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 Okay, you guys, I know you guys, I'm feeling myself.
I feel myself every day. Well, sometimes 2 times a day.
You need to stop. I tell you what, I cannot even make this stuff up. And I know I say it week after week, month after month, year after year. But for some reason, our show just keep getting better and better.
And better.
And for those of you all that don't know, because we know we got some new listeners, better is just a little better than better. So it's something about saying better that just make you feel good. Just try it. Better make you feel sexy, make you feel strong. So feeling yourself. Yeah, keep feeling yourself. So again, you guys, today's show is really gonna be a great show. Mary? It's an open show, and what we're doing is we're gonna talk a little bit about you name it. So we want you guys to call in with your questions and your comments. The one thing that we ask is that you guys just keep your comments positive. You know, if you got something negative to say or you want to, throw some shade, then please don't call the show.
No. Let them call. If they got something negative to say, then you get to talk to me. The asshole of the airways. Oh, man.
Well, we're going to put him on line with James then. Okay, all right.
I can't believe he cursed me out. I cursed him out first, but how could he curse me back out? That's what I do.
So check this out, James. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and kick our show off like we always do. We got Mr. James J. Hustle in the building.
Yeah, buddy.
We got Miss Monique.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. With that bright light.
You do got that bright light. That's like that Cheaters edition light.
Yeah, what did you do?
Hey.
What was you at last night?
Right. So check this out, James.
Yes, ma'am.
I saw you chilling in the signature room. I mean, doing birthday. What's going on with you? How your week going? What's up?
Grinding, surviving, trying to get myself to the next level. That is what I'm doing. I'm happy. Like I told you, it ain't like a room without a roof, but I'm happy.
I know that's right.
It.
I know that's
grinding
right.
every day.
I ain't mad at you.
Damn, Vera, that light.
I don't know. Okay, so let me turn the light off. Okay. Is the light off? Okay,
Step into the light, Caroline.
Step into the light, Caroline. Monique, what's going on in your world, lady?
I have not been getting any sleep because I've been so kind of nosy watching all these young black men trying to stand up for something. I got to say, I'm very, very proud of them.
You've been up at night watching young black men stand up?
Yeah, the guys that's been the freedom fighters.
That gray sweatpants.
The freedom fighters.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready to say you watching men at night and they standing up. Where they standing at? No, I'm just joking. I know. Monique, listen.
No, I don't even like. And by the way, I don't like the beard group. Stop. Nobody else better not add me. Do not.
The beard group.
My auntie in the beard group. She's a member. She has a beard. Don't hate on her.
Do not add me to the gray sweatpants group.
Oh, you know what? We got some beards in the building. We're going to put them beards on blast.
Add me to the boy shorts group, the titty group, all them groups. I need to be in them groups.
Yeah. We got some beards in the building. So for those of you all, we're going to put them beards on blast. You could have been in the building. Today's a good day with them beards.
Don't stare at the back of my head.
Right. So check this out. Check this out, you guys. We're going to give you guys the number. And let me tell you guys, let me tune in. First of all, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. We're going to give you a chance today to call in with whatever questions or comments, that you have. You can talk about whatever. You can talk about if you got questions or comments concerning the latest case with Kanika Jenkins. Go ahead and call in. If you got questions or comments about what's actually going on in the world, we know that we got a lot going on. We got, storms that have taken place. If you are a victim and you still, going through some issues from the storm, or if you got a survival report that you would like to make, let us hear from you. We know that we also got people that have taken over that's going to start working with the Samaje case. In case you guys didn't hear about the young baby that was found in the couch, we know that people now are starting to, they're going to be opening that case back up and going to really, really make a lot of noise. There are a lot of things that you may want to talk about. You may have a relationship question today. Call in. I'm going to give you guys the number to call in. James, can you give them that number, please?
708-223-8953. Again, that's 708-223-8953.
Okay, you guys, will somebody put that number in the comments? 708-223-8953. Again, 708-223-8953. We're going to allow you guys to, start letting the phone ring. We definitely want to hear from you. Again, it is the Cats. We're on Intellectual Radio. We're on iHeartRadio. And we on Facebook Live many a times doing what we do. Letting our cat out the bag. We heard
meow, but I'm keeping my cat in the bag.
Growl,
right? So thank you guys, and I see your comments and stuff. Again, feel free to call in. Thank you. Somebody keep posting the number 708-223-8953. I see we got Martin G, the crime chaser, on. Tell you what, before you guys call in, Martin G, I want to leave the line open for you to call in. 708-223-8953. Martin G, 708-223-8953. We want to hear from the crime chaser. Go ahead and call in, Martin G.
Make this phone light up like it did last week.
Right. You guys,
we
want you guys to call in. Thank you, Ashley. I know. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, so while we're waiting on them to call in, I'm going to flip it on you.
Go ahead, flip it.
What's going on in your world, man?
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. What's going on in my world is that I'm constantly making room for improvement. As you guys know, that I'm kind of keeping my energy up. I'm asking everybody to just keep my mom in your prayers. I got an amazing mom, my motivation, my shero, and I just ask that everybody just keep my family in your prayers. And for me, I'm keeping it straight. My organization is up and going. If you guys don't know about thecatsout.com, thecatsout.com with a K-A-T-S, I'm stepping into new levels. Thank you, James. That's what I'm doing. So we got a caller.
Cats Out Show, Jay Hustle speaking. State your name, where you calling from.
It's the crime chaser. What's up, Jay Hustle?
What's going on, Mark?
Hey, Martin.
What's going on?
The crime chaser. Kind of first of all, tell our people where you're calling from and what you know good. Tell us something. You have been out there on the protesting battlefield, and you got a lot going on.
Well, first of all, I'm calling from the south side of Chicago, Inglewood area. That's where I do most of my work at. When we was out there at the protest, I call it Crime Plaza O'Hare. I don't call it Crown. I call it crime because eventually they're hiding the crime. So what I've noticed Friday, it was a historical moment. It was so many young people out there, young and over, predominantly Black men and women, different walks of life, west side, south side, north side, east side, suburbs, people from different states, different gangs out there. I want to give a shout out to Ohio, New York, Atlanta, Wisconsin. All them guys was out there. I might be missing some, Arkansas, Mississippi. It was about nearly 2,000 people out there, Vera. It was just so amazing. It was a unity that like I've never seen before. So it was wonderful. But one thing I have to say that all our Facebook lines was freezing up and all that stuff. So I was like, man, this is strange. It was working, it started freezing. You couldn't get all the footage. Those that like, such as yourself, Vera was out there, me, Lamont, Jedediah, some of the guys that get a lot of viewers and all that. And our stuff was just freezing up for some strange reason.
Cell phone jammers.
Trying to figure out what was going on.
Well, what you call it, James?
Cell phone jammers. Mark, you know what it is. Anytime we go to a crime scene and it's a hostage situation, you notice they pull out them black boxes of jail cell signals. Kind of like what the bomb squad used to stop frequencies from going through the air, setting off bombs. It also disrupts your life.
I thought it was just because where it was located.
On the crime scene on 6th and Halsted. I mean, as soon as the news truck pulled up, all of a sudden I lost my signal now when I was going live.
They got them too. Anytime all of the news networks get together and they put that podium up with all their mics, you see they sit them boxes down because the only signal they want to be going out or coming in is theirs through their vans. That's why they raise the antennas on their vans.
Wow. Well, I want to say one more thing, Jay Hustle, to you and Vera and the rest of the staff up there. When the media left, they really didn't pay too much attention to this Kanika case anymore. They left from out there. Vera, you can witness this. We were still out there. We used social media platforms, Twitter, everything, Snapchat, everything. We kept this thing alive. We kept this thing alive, people. We kept it alive. Because this would have been another black young lady case swept under the rug with no attention. I'm telling you, it would have been a cold case. Actually, it's still a cold case, but it do have national attention, and we're watching and we're waiting on some results. But let me say this on the record. I don't know what happened to the young lady, and I wouldn't dare go on this line and say what I think happened to her, but I'll say this. They may not never really solve this case. We may not never know what happened to it. I'm sorry to say that, but that's just my opinion, and that's my belief.
How do you feel, Martin, about how it all ended?
Well, I don't like the way it ended. I love Mother Teresa, but I think she should have handled it a little different. She should have called Jedediah on the phone or had a meeting with him instead of making a live Facebook feed. You know, I think that was unprofessional of her because to me, the protesters kept this thing going. They made it stay alive. So that's the only bad thing I would have to say about Teresa. She could have handled it in a better way. You know, it is about her child. It's not about Teresa. It's about her daughter getting justice. So she should have handled it a better way. You know, I mean, because Jedediah, they was giving us updates every day. I mean, you could see the fruits of his labor. You could see the buses coming to pick up everybody every day, taking them home. You could see the food that they buy. You could see them doing jail support, buying people out of jail and stuff. So you can see the money, where the money is being spent. And let me say this on the record too. No disrespect to Teresa. That Freedom Fund was not for Miss Teresa. That was for the protesters, the boycotters. That's what that fund was for. That was a separate fund from whatever she was getting. That's what that was for. Jedediah did say that if anything left over, when it's all over, he will release it to Teresa. That's what he said. And he said that he was going to give it a ledger showing that all the money that came in and all the money that left out. He said he was going to do that. Now, he kept us updated. That's on the record. That's what he said, you know. I'm not bashing Miss Teresa. I understand that she's going through a lot of things. I don't know what it's like to lose a child in tragic. You know, I know she's fighting an illness in her body. So she had my prayers. She had my condolence. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, hey, Martin G., thank you. We appreciate you. And much love.
Much love. All right, Jay Hustle. Peace to you, bro.
All right. Be safe out there, fam.
All right. Yes, sir. Peace.
All right. I want to speak on what he said about when they left, the media left, and he wondering why the media left and they not covering his story. The media left and they not covering the story for the simple fact that the media wasn't there to cover the story on Kanika. The media was there to cover the story of all these black people in Rosemont marching. Let's see what's going to happen. And we all know that that crowd was infiltrated by moles, whatever you want to call them, black and white. They send people in to act like they with the group to start trouble, to see what information they can get, and to basically disrupt what's actually going on. So the focus went from how did this girl get in the freezer to, oh, look at them black people out there fighting each other. Oh, look at them niggas over there getting mad at the police. Look at this. Look at that. They're a bunch of animals.
They wasn't always out there fighting each other.
No, they weren't. That's what I'm saying.
They thought probably was.
Different people in. Like I told you, when you have a protest, and I never go to the protest for a reason. When you have a protest, you got three sets of people. One set is a large set of people who actually go out there and they care about what's going on and they want to see a change. They want to make a difference. The second set is people that's out there because everybody else is out there. And now they trying to be a part of the crowd and fit in and see what they can do or just spectate. Third, you got a bunch of idiots out there just come out there to start trouble and do a bunch of stupid stuff, which makes everybody else look bad.
And you know what? And I want to say this,
true.
and I need you guys, Facebook family, and for those of you all that can understand, I need you guys to stick up for us, because I can't tell you how many messages I get from people saying, why you ain't out there chasing and seeing the protest? Why you ain't covering the Kanika story? Why you ain't doing this? I mean, people act like they paying your bills or they know your situation. First of all, the Cats Out show has been on air now for 3 years, and we let the cat out the bag about a many of different stories. We normally do not try and cover so many crimes and hates and evilness that's going on in the world, because guess what? We regular people, and we have to carry these stories home with us. So for those of you out there saying, oh, they just trying to use their platform to cover this. Not one of you guys called the news station. Nobody called Channel 25932 and said, why y'all ain't covering the story? Y'all just was using this for y'all platform. But y'all hate so hard on the people that's genuinely doing what it is that they can do to make a difference. If we was not out there with our social medias, putting the spotlight on what was going on, some of you guys wouldn't know. So the only thing that I say is don't hate the messenger. As a matter of fact, if you looking at the live and getting any information, you couldn't have got that on the news. Yep. So, and then understand, we got families. You know, we putting our lives in danger. I literally left my children and my family at home to go out and put my life on the line to cover some of these stories. And I remember one time a fight broke out and the police was out with their guns pulled. Somebody said, Vera, don't be scared. Go a little closer. This ain't TV. This is not television. This is my life.
Crazy.
Right. And then when you wasn't out there from sun up to sundown, you had people asking you where you at, why you ain't out there, why you ain't covering the story, why you ain't out there.
Exactly.
Why you ain't covering the story. Mm-hmm. Why you pointing the finger at the next man and you haven't done anything to help. So it's not about fame, because guess what? Nobody could determine what you're going to get listeners and viewers for. I challenge people to go back and look at any of our outlets, our platforms. This is not nothing new that we're doing. We don't just show up for crime or high profile cases. We make a difference in our neighborhoods. We make a difference on our blocks. We make a difference in our family lives. That's just what we do.
People always criticize. That's all they do. Each and every time they criticize. They think you're doing something for likes and views. But the reality is likes and views don't pay nobody bills. It's a lot of people out there, like I said. I didn't personally go out there, and I didn't go out there for a reason, because I knew for a fact it was a bunch of phony people out there that was just out there to get likes or views or fame. I don't want to be a part of that, because I told you I lay my hands on somebody. I don't play them games. You went out there, and I know why you went out there. You went out there the same reason you went out to anything else. You genuinely do it. But it comes with the territory, and I had to learn that. And it still kind of bothers me. Like, I ain't did crime scenes in like 3 weeks. Last night I did too. Last night, guess what? The death threats started back. Oh, Washington and Cicero. Are you snitching? How the hell am I snitching? Because I'm showing you what happened after. I'm not showing no faces. I'm not telling no names. I'm showing you the aftermath. The same thing that the news do. Why do you get mad at a black man when he and his community showing what's actually going on and the news not covering it? If I wasn't out there, 95% of the people wouldn't know what the hell happened out there. But you want to threaten my life. But when channel 257 to 32 go out there, y'all don't say nothing. Not a single thing.
No, nope. I'm going to say this. At first, I was not really feeling all that was going on with the protests. Some things kind of looked a little bit shady to me. But I am glad I did go out there one time with Vera, because I felt nothing but positive energy. Nothing but. So I'm really disappointed that it ended like that. I really am.
And you know what? And let me say this. I believe every book has its chapter. And I can't say that the protest actually ended. I would say that maybe that phase ended and now it's time for a new chapter, because a lot of people came together. As a matter of fact, let me just take y'all back. If this protest hadn't started, then I don't think nobody would go back and really look at the baby Samaje that was found dead. That case been going on for over 6 months. And a lot of y'all know I was on the front line then. I was on the front line until, people shunned me out, and I ain't have no backup, because I understand I'm a mother. So that story touched my heart. But now, because of this case, people said, well, wait a minute. Let me tell y'all about this. And now you got a whole crew of people getting ready to go out there and get justice. So you didn't hear about it in the news. Nobody said nothing about it not being in the news. Guess what? I bet you somebody gonna talk about it now. And I can go on with more and more cases. I met an 11-year-old boy out there during the protest, and I'm gonna bring him and his family in here. This guy had to be about 6 feet tall at 11 years old. And I'm looking like, why ain't nobody picked this baby up yet and coaching him and helping this baby do something? His mother said he need help. So again, the 11-year-old boy that we talked about, I'm gonna bring that guy in. I'm gonna reach out to his mama. If she's looking, I would really want you to send me another message and let us all come together and find out what this baby needs, because we don't know who he may be. Okay, we got a caller on the line. Caller, go ahead and state your name and city and state you're calling from.
My name is Cornell. I'm calling from Chicago, Illinois.
All right, go ahead with your question or your statement.
My question is, my statement I want to say is, I appreciate everything you guys do. And, I watch James all the time on Facebook with his, making his reports in the neighborhood. And I also catch you guys live. That's why I'm commenting today. My comment is, I really felt the same way James felt. There was no need to go out there because, you have your people who are just out there just to make noise. And then you have your people who are out there that are wholeheartedly. And I was having a conversation with one of my cousins, and I told him, us as Black people, we make it hard on each other in order to do things. It's bad when we go to protest and we go to do different things. And, you have those people that are out there just for attention in life. They're being aggressive and they're doing everything, giving us this angry Black man, the way people look at us, like we're just angry Black men, or we're stupid, or we're this, or we're that. And, it makes it hard for us. And I just really felt like the whole situation with Kanika should have been handled differently. You had the Facebook and people going off of the Facebook thing, and you had people going off of the mother with the live post. And I think Facebook kind of helps us and it hurts us because everything is going on Facebook. Everything is going on Facebook. You have the mother, you have the friends, you have the activists, and it turned into one big show of crabs in a barrel. Negativity, pulling each other down, instead of really trying to find out what was going on with the girl and, what took place. It turned into a big I and little you situation. And that's what really hurt the whole protest. You have people that are just, Black people, not white people all the time. It's mostly us that's pouring out negativity, negative. And I just really think the whole situation should have been handled differently. And if it was handled differently, I think we'd have had more questions answered. It would have been more of a peaceful protest, because I drive Uber or what have you, and I went by there, and every time I went by there, it just looked negative. It didn't look like anything positive was going to come out of that situation. And that's what I think we need to do as Black people is, look at ourselves. Yeah, we want answers. We want different things. We want to be treated right. We want to be respected like anybody else. But you have to conduct yourself in a manner to get respect. You can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. And I just felt like the mother should have handled the whole situation differently. She shouldn't have done all of the Facebook posts and different things like that, because when you put things on social media, you open yourself up to all type of ridicule, whether good or bad, and I just think everything should have been handled differently, and you could have had more answers and a better outcome.
Well, I tell you what, brother, thank you for your feedback and thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you much.
I must say this. I'm not one for cameras. I don't like Facebook all of my business. You're not going to see me and my family and my personal business on no Facebook Live. That's just not what I do. But I'm going to say this. In this case, those cameras help people because a lot of stuff that was going on and it looked really, really bad, but it had not been for those cameras out there, a lot of people would probably be in some trouble or had their name shamed. So this worked out. It was great that the cameras was out there. Not for everything, not for some stuff like he said, but it saved some people out there. It really did.
Okay, as a matter of fact, we got someone here in the studio with us today, and I got him back again, and I know you guys may, I don't know if you saw it on live, but I promised this guy, and this is his second time back on the show, that I was going to have him on the show. He saw us, and immediately he was like, oh my God, it's the Cats Out Show. He knew James, he knew Monique. Oh my God, did he know Monique? He was like, Monique. And so I said, okay, you know what? I'm glad you tuned in to the Cats Out Show. We'll love to have you. But this guy got a lot of information concerning, you know, what went on at the protest. And again, our line is still open. So we want to hear you guys call in. Post the number, you guys, 708-223-8953. Post the number, 708-223-8953. And call in with whatever questions you have. So far, you guys are making comments about the Kanika case, but with anything else that you want to talk about, we know that there are people probably still looking for their loved ones over in Puerto Rico. We know that there are people that may be talking about the Samaje case that's about to come back into the news because of, you know, the freedom fighters have joined that. We're also, you know, whatever comments you have, please feel free to call a number. Keep posting that number. I appreciate you guys, but I'm gonna bring somebody up. We got Mr. Roosevelt in the building. I'm gonna bring him up to the platform and allow him to take a seat right here with us to the table. Mr. Roosevelt, come on up, bro. How you doing? Good as usual. Good as usual. Mr.
Before you
Roosevelt,
get to the mic, I just want to say, like I've been saying for the past few weeks, the same energy that the positive people put into the case about Kanika going out to Rosemont and everything, put that same energy into everything else, because we do have young black men and women dying on the streets of Chicago and every other major city and even small towns around this world. So put that same energy that you put into going out there to here. You had people coming from out of town. You had people coming from overseas to go out there. But why is it that people that's on the blocks, you live on the block where the person got killed at, but yet you can't take your block back? Yet you can't stand on your block or protest or say anything about the injustice that's going on around here. But if a white man or police officer do something to kill one of us, then y'all want to burn the city down.
yep. And I want to add to that too. And why do you think that it's necessary for somebody else to come in on your block or for somebody else to do something that you could do yourself? That's why I tell people you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. Because I can't tell you how many people say, oh, well, why you ain't out here on the southeast side? Why you ain't out there? Because if somebody got gunned down on your block, that's your block. You mean to tell me you couldn't start no protest? You mean to tell me you ain't do nothing? But then you got the audacity to come and ask me why I didn't do something? I'm going to do what I can do. I'm not the know-all. I'm not the be-all. But what I am going to do, and it's going to go down on record, is that I'm going to do what I can do to make a positive difference for world change. That's the platform. If you don't believe me, again, I done post my website to some of you guys, thecatsout.com, KATSOUT.com, thecatsout.com. That's the protest, bringing positive people together for world change. Cats, kingdom, all time seekers. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything else is going to be added. And I'm not going religious. I'm just letting the cat out the bag, keeping it truthful, because that's what we stand for. And I'm gonna even take you one further. Check James' record. Check his record. This brother was out here doing what he was doing, man, I want to say at least 10 plus years or more. This is not nothing new. This is what he's been doing. Check Monique's record. I mean, Facebook tell it all. This is what we've been doing. We're not doing anything new.
And one more thing, just because Cats Out Show, 1 second, please. Just because you see me out here in the community doing things and I want to see things change, do not get it twisted and think that I'm an activist. I am not a community activist at all, and I've said that for years. I'm an asshole with a camera that actually cares about what's going on, and I'm gonna speak up for what's right, and I'm gonna speak against what's wrong. I don't care if you black, white, what your religion is. I don't care where you come from. If it's right, I'm gonna stand up for it. But just because you see me out here doing positive things, don't get pissed off when you come on my page and see me say something about some titties or a Chevy truck or something. Well, you shouldn't be posting about cars. You shouldn't be posting about women. You should be out there on the streets. Get your ass out there on the streets. Don't sit there and watch me and criticize what I do. And a perfect example, this one chick that kept talking stuff about me recording crime scenes. Oh, you disrespecting the family. When I never show a body, the only time I show a body is if it's at a distance and it's covered. I never show no bodies. I never show anything gruesome. But this same chick recorded a murder. She know it had to be about a week ago. Dude got killed. She on him with the camera, showing the man brains out and everything. Oh man, they knocked his whole top off. Ooh, girl, I can't believe they did that. But I'm disrespectful for going around in my community, huh?
But you guys got to understand, these people behind the cameras, they are sheltered people who do not come outside. That's all they have is social media. And they are a little bit touched. They touched. You can't pay attention to everybody on social media.
Right. There you go. TheCatsOut.com. Okay.
Let's get to this call. The Cats Out Show. Jay Hustle speaking. State your name, where you calling from. Give me your statement or your question.
Hello, Carlos. Go ahead. State where you're calling from, please.
My name is Cynthia, and I'm calling from Florida.
Speak up a little bit.
Hi, my name is Cynthia, and I'm calling from Florida.
Okay, go ahead, Cynthia. You're calling from Florida. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, here's the thing about the Black Lives Matter. I think that, here's the thing. We had a time to show the younger generation that we can stick together as one. And then Kamika Mom just turned around and basically slapped us in the face, basically just used us for the protest. And I understand, like what you said, is that she probably had a change of heart, but we came as one. You understand? And we showed them that we can come as one. And then she just basically turned on us. So now the new generation, guess what? They've seen that. And they said to themselves, this is why we won't step up. This is why we won't step up, because our own kind would not realize it.
Wow. So now let me ask you something. You came here to the protest?
No, I did not. Couldn't make it. I'm busy working.
Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure.
Live.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Say your name again.
We have this platform on Facebook. The new generation's seen everything.
Okay.
Well, people don't understand. It wasn't about the mother in the first place, because if people really wanted to protest, they could have continued it. They could have continued without her. It wasn't about her. It was about her daughter and some injustice that happened to her at the hotel.
If the mother says stop, then we have to listen.
That don't have nothing to do with the mother. It wasn't about her.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your call. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, have a good day. Honestly, it was about the mother in a big way, but then at the same time, with everybody else out there,
she wasn't out there at first.
It was no longer about the mother.
It didn't start with her, though.
Because it may have started with her daughter and about her daughter, but she had the power to tell people to stop. But at the same time, a lot of people shouldn't have stopped, because we didn't get answers. Now, even though you telling people to stop, why wouldn't you want answers about what happened to your daughter or what's going on?
There's something else going on.
I heard a lot of rumors, and I don't go with the rumors, but the first thing coming to mind is, if you're a mother, you lost your child, and you want all these people out there, you got all these people coming from out of town, then you just say stop. So everybody is saying, and this is not me, but I thought it's the money. Somebody got to somebody, or the lawyers like, look, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. The hotel, you know how much money they lose per day? Even though the protest was in Rosemont, it's Crown Plazas all around the world.
Yeah.
They were losing money there. They had protesters there, but nobody showed the protesters that was at other locations. They only showed Rosemont. You know how much money that hotel was losing per day? Hundreds of thousands, if not millions per day. So, of course, they're going to try to probably get to whoever they can, such as Andrew Holmes that told that big-ass lie. Somebody saw her walk in the freezer. They're going to pay whoever they can off. It ain't nothing to pay somebody $100,000 if you losing $1 million a day. If I'm losing $1 million a day and I know I can give you $100,000 to make this stop, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to pay you that $100,000. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a bonus of $200,000 to make them leave this property and forget about it. I ain't saying that that's what I would do, because money ain't going to get to me, but a lot of people do it.
Go ahead, caller. State your city and state, please.
Hi, this is Tasha, and I'm calling from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I just wanted to touch bases in regards to the NFL and the issues that they have with the players kneeling.
Thank you.
Anthem. Okay, my statement stands as this. From what I remember hearing, the whole part of taking a knee during the anthem was to show that all was said in the anthem about equality, liberty, justice, and freedom is not true. That we sing the anthem but don't live by the message within it. Others may misrepresent why they take a knee, but the true reason, which connects back to the police shootings, that none of these officers have been held accountable, which shows blatantly the majority of the people that honor the anthem doesn't honor all that the anthem is supposed to represent. The military fights for everyone's freedom here on our land and abroad. Some non-blacks and blacks don't care about these issues that are plaguing our nation, and that a lot of the public expressions of racism has exposed itself since their new president took office. Some feel since it doesn't directly affect that it isn't their problem. And that's the problem that we have as a people. We will not progress because we are more worried about ourselves and not the mistreatment and injustice to others.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that comment. Thank you.
I ain't even think we was going to speak on the NFL, but you know what? Y'all can be mad at me all y'all want. I'm still watching football. Now, as far as the anthem, I feel like this is America. We supposed to have the freedom to do or say or live the way we want to. You can't force a person to stand up and put their hand over their heart and pledge allegiance to a flag. Because honestly, Donald Trump, you never see him pledge to the flag. Somebody always got to tap him and he do it. Now, it don't matter if it's Trump. It don't matter if it's me. If you don't feel like you want to embrace a certain religion or culture, you shouldn't have to. Just like school, we had God in the schools. That's when things were better. They took God out of school, talking about, oh, we can't force people to do certain things. Okay, so if you can't force kids to, and they weren't forcing kids, it was a choice. When I was in grammar school, if you didn't want to say the Pledge of Allegiance, you didn't have to. If you didn't want to say the Star Spangled Banner or the Black National Anthem, you didn't have to.
And I still don't know it. And I said it every day in school, and I still forgot the Pledge of Allegiance. And please don't ask me to sing no Star Spangled Banner.
But the whole point was we had a choice as people. Nowadays, they taking your choices away. They telling you what you have to do, how you have to do it, when you have to do it. Now, the thing with dude taking the knee, do I agree with it? I don't know. That really ain't my business. Honestly, I don't care. But the problem I have now is everybody trying to take a knee, not because of the injustice in America and the things that's going on, but because Donald Trump said, I don't want to get this man words wrong. Look it up yourself. He called him a bastard, told him get him out of the field and all that. So now everybody want to take a knee.
Son of a bitch.
So they followers. They being followers. They not living for themselves. They not thinking for themselves. The only reason they taking the knee is because everybody else doing it now, because this man spoke out and said something against them. Now they mad.
But you know what? And here's the thing. More people are focusing on the flag and taking the knee, but they're taking the big picture off of the reason behind it all. We're talking about police brutality, but enough of police getting away with killing black people. It's just not acceptable. So more people are focusing on, oh, who kneeled, who didn't kneel, what Donald Trump said, what he didn't say. What about the main focus, which was about the police brutality? Stop killing black folks. We need to understand and learn.
I truly do get that. But at the same time, I will always say, if we can demand police to stop killing us, then we should demand our own damn people to stop killing us.
That's right. That's right.
Cat South Show, Jay Hustle speaking. State your name, where you calling from. Give me your question or your statement. Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Where you calling from? State your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yes, this is Travis Franklin, once again from the South Side. Now, I know y'all not going to remember the call that I made in 2 weeks ago, but I just want to say that I called and told you guys, because I know how James thinks. I told you that the police department did not see an actual murder.
they saw an accidental death, and that was going to be the final result of this. Now, I know y'all have much time to make it plain and simple and real fast. Now, you listen too, James, because I know how you think. I want to say something on the behalf of Andrew Holmes, although he did make some errors. Now, y'all look what she did to the Jedediah and them and said they stole money. What makes y'all or anyone think that could have been the same scenario with Andrew Holmes? She said she didn't give any permission to do anything and all this, that, and the other. Now, he quoted it wrong as far as what he thinks he saw. Now, as far as what I see, she Andrew Holmes them too. Andrew Holmes ain't went and did all this stuff without her permission. Now, it was misconstrued as to what he said and did. The family did not like how he presented it, and I can understand that. But there's nowhere in the world he would have done that on his own and told as many lies as people think. Now, to go back to the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to get out of here because I know how, like I said, about the same thing. If that would have been Chicago Police Department, those kids would have been arrested immediately and they have to deal with the court system. That is Rosemont. They don't do things the way Chicago Police Department do things. You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when I see they didn't put no arrest on those kids because they don't have nothing to gain by letting them go. They didn't do anything wrong either. Now, I wasn't there. None of us wasn't there. As well, Andrew Holmes seen her turn that corner, that's all he see. He said, yeah, she went in that freezer. That's what he believed. Now mind you, the lawyer stated on the credible radio station that she was not found in that kitchen area that they keep showing. She was found in another abandoned kitchen area with other appliances. So think about that. Now, as far as the money, of course, the family knew it was going to be money in the end, and they went with it. So, I mean, with the protest, she wasn't going to come out there and say, don't protest too fast because of the backing that she's getting. And I know you don't have a lot of time. I'm going to get up out of here. But at the end of the day, this is all going to happen this way anyway. They're going to take the money and go on about their business, and the stipulations that come with that money. They're not going to find any other answers out. Stipulations is, get these people from down here protesting, and we don't want to hear nothing else about this thing and take this money with these high-profile lawyers that we got sitting down here in our face. And I know how you think, James. I'm gonna get out of here, man. And you know you can feel me on that.
No. Hey, I'm gonna say I agree with you 100%. I agree with you.
Okay, so I know how you think, James. And Vera, keep doing your thing, and I hope you move forward solo, like they're doing as a group. Keep going solo like you do, so you won't be in no confusion.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm out. Thank y'all.
All right. And
because I know how you
don't
think,
know
James.
how I think.
He's 100%
I'm spontaneous. What I'm thinking right now, they got to sell, at Burger King. They got that 2 for $5. That's what I'm thinking. Don't judge me.
Don't judge you. Roosevelt.
Yes, ma'am.
Roosevelt.
Yes, ma'am.
You were out there on the front line many a times, brother. Tell our people a little bit about, what you thinking today.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say good morning to you, Miss Vera. Good morning to Monique, and most of all, good morning to James Hustle. Yeah, buddy. But seriously, thank you again for the opportunity. And I think that this whole thing, I can believe, and hopefully I don't offend anybody, whether, anybody sees this case either way. But it's like I'm beginning to see that this whole thing, it started out as a good thing, something that was good and something that was pure. But then in the end, I think it turned into something a little bit more about, it's like what James, even Martin, and a couple of other people I've heard say over the last week or something, said it's basically turned into a whole fiasco based upon, social media, based upon views, based upon likes, based upon money, because the whole protest was shut down because Miss Teresa, not trying to be disrespectful to Miss Teresa, because I did meet Miss Teresa and a couple of other people from the family, and still sorry for their loss no matter what, because I know that they lost a child. But the whole thing turned into a whole thing about money, where she accused certain activists of taking money or stealing money. But I mean, whatever money came, and one thing I'm a witness to is that wherever the money went to, I mean, it went to a good purpose, because we took a bus, a yellow school bus, from Roosevelt and State in downtown Chicago all the way to Rosemont and back every single night. I mean, there was food bought every single night. One night we had McDonald's burgers. The other night we had pizza. One night we had chicken wings. I mean, we ate good every night. We had nothing but water. We had sandwiches. We had potato chips. I mean, all this stuff, you know, it wasn't free. Somebody had to pay for it somewhere. But Jedediah said that he had a receipt for everything. He had a ledger. You know, and I know, unfortunately, certain people who went to jail, and certain people who had to be bonded out of jail, certain people who had to have their legal fees paid. I mean, it all took money. And he has this proof that any kind of thing that was paid out, you know, was paid like it was legitimate. But it turned into the whole thing about money that she accused them without any kind of a proof of stealing money. And I don't think that that was right and everything. And I feel the same way that Martin said earlier. If there was a problem, if there was some kind of discrepancy, or she was feeling some kind of a way about anything, I think that she should have personally talked to Lamont or talked to Jedediah to get this whole thing straightened out. And I believe there was a whole lot of outside forces that also destroyed the movement. You had a certain person, not going to call any names, along with a certain person who told lies on certain protesters on the bus and, you know, said that this person was taken advantage of on the bus, and come to find out that it wasn't true. And it's just turned into a whole big mess.
You ain't got to say the name, but I'm going to put a name out there. And if it's right, just raise your right hand. Does it end with Fox?
Yeah.
There you go.
Again, you guys, we can't.
Which wasn't a real name, by the way.
Yeah.
It's the Cats Out Show.
That's a stripper
We're
name.
on Intellectual Radio. We're on Facebook Live, and we're on iHeartRadio. And we do it many a time.
Many a times.
All right. So again, you guys, I mean, I'm at a loss. I really am at a loss. The only thing that I can say is that regardless to anything, we're moving forward. I hope this inspires people to come out and do what it is that they can do on their block and step into their leadership role. And then that way you don't necessarily have to wait on anybody. You can be the somebody that you're waiting for. So we got a caller. Let's see who's calling.
Cash Out Show, J Hustle speaker. State your name, where you calling from. Give me your question or your statement.
How you doing? My name is Kiara. I'm from Arkansas. And I just want to say that I've been watching the movement from day one. Jedediah never made a statement saying that the funds was for Kanika mother or for Kanika. He stated that it was fundraising to help protesters get out of jail, to feed them, to get them transported back and forth to Rosemont. The way she came out and did it on camera, just like everybody else said, that she could have done it a better way. If she felt like something was wrong with Jedediah of what she heard, she should have talked to him personally and did it behind closed doors. Or she could have dismissed Jedediah from the protest and kept the protest going. Just like everybody say, you had people all across the world coming, tuning in. I watched Miss Vera every day, and it just came out to be a whole bunch of mess. And everything was done on camera. It's not like Jedediah and them was hiding anything. They was talking about it in front of her. Everything is on video camera. Then she come out and say that she didn't know nothing about it until 2 days later. And then she say, hold on to it until it's all over. You just don't know with this woman. I know she going through a lot of stuff right now because she lost a child and she battling cancer and all that. But it just go back to how she did Andrew Holmes. Like she played like she didn't know what was going on there. And then now she turn around and playing like she don't know what's going on the other end. It's just all shady the way you look at it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. And where you calling from again?
Arkansas.
And say your name one more time.
Sierra.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Have a great one.
Thank you.
All right.
Now, I'm going to say this. I always say it is hard for me to trust any politician or any community activist. It's a lot of positive politicians and activists out there, but it's so many negative Okay, I'm gonna give you all the scenario. I'm gonna dumb it down. Many black people hate all police because a police officer did something to them or one of their family members. Am I right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So just because one police officer did something don't mean the rest of them are bad. The same scenario of if a white woman gets her purse snatched, she kind of look at all black men the same or young black men the same. And I've been the same exact way. And I see where they're coming from. I was downtown the other night and I ain't never seen so many little ghetto ass dudes with their pants around their kneecap and these same dreads. And I ain't got nothing against dreads. People think I do because I'm bald head. But if all your dreads look alike, they all look like Chief Keef to me. Mm-hmm. Like, conduct yourself in a different manner. Why do you want to be like the next person? But all I'm saying is, it's hard to trust certain people, but at the same time, you can't blame everybody else for something that someone else has done to you. You have to give people an opportunity. So what I do, I give you that opportunity, I give you that chance, and once you cross me or I see you not about what you say you about, then I have no more dealings with you. For instance, Jesse Jackson.
All right.
He came out of hiding.
Go, caller, state your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello.
Go ahead. Where you calling from?
This is Linda J. I'm calling from LA. Am I on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I'm calling from LA, and I just tuned in. It's just a good conversation. I'm an activist first and foremost on a worldwide thing. I'm a mother who lost their child, and I'm so glad that you guys are on talking and discussing this. But I just tuned in about 10-15 minutes ago, and I heard Ms. Cat, she said something like, a lot of people get out there and complain about the things that they can change themselves, be the change that you want to create. That's what she was basically saying. And I agree with you because being an activist for the last 25 years involved in all these high profile cases out here in LA, it's so sad to see that people don't come out until something happens to them, till it hits their own door, and we tell them sometimes you need to get involved. Just get involved, because don't wait for it to happen at your doorstep. And I'm just so glad that you guys are doing this. And I don't really know the whole subject you guys talking. I think you're talking about the girl that was locked in the right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm just glad that you guys are discussing this and keep doing the work you're doing. I'm gonna stay tuned in, and I'm so glad because I lost my daughter 10 years ago, and I didn't give up. And I just want to encourage all the people that lost children to gang violence or whatever. Don't give up until you find that person, because I didn't stop until that person went to jail and got 55 years to life.
Wow, and what's your name again?
My name is Linda J. I think we are Facebook friends.
Okay. You know what? Do me a favor, because we want to follow what kind of stories and what you got going on in LA, because we don't care. What we found from this protest is near and far. We came together, and when we came together, we really let a lot of cats out the bag that the news media would not let out. So Linda J, please make sure you hit my inbox if we're friends. This is Vera Giles Norris speaking. If we're friends, make sure you get in my inbox so that I can really, really follow up with you.
Yeah, and I got my story. You can Google me, Linda J.A.Y. I got my story all over, and I wrote a book and everything. So I'm just so happy to see that we are coming together. It's bad that the cause is bad, but we need to come together because there's so much going on right now. And I appreciate you watching you guys do this. It almost makes me want to cry, because I'm just glad that we are coming together in this type of way. It's long overdue,
All
it
right.
really is. And I thank you for everything you're doing it and your whole panel, okay?
All right. Thank you, Miss Linda J.
All right, Linda J from LA.
She is right. It was only when it happened to us, and that's why I'm becoming a freedom fighter.
Freedom fighter?
Yes, I am.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
The Cat's Out Show. This is Vera. How can I help you?
Fighter, I sure am.
It's Letitia, and I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York. Go ahead and state your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Letitia.
Okay, Letitia, go ahead with your question. I'm sorry. Thank you. Buffalo, New York.
Actually, I just want to say that you guys did an excellent job with following in regards to this young lady. I've been following since day one. But at the end of the day, I have children that's her age, around her age. So once I've seen it, I'm like, wait a minute, this could have been my child. So of course I followed. I just feel like somebody did a turn within the protest to get them to stop protesting. And I don't think that it was, I think that it was more so money. But at the end of the day, I think that it was just a slap in the face for people that was coming out and protesting. But Buffalo, New York do send their prayers. And again, I'm still going to keep following. And I appreciate everything that everyone in Chicago is trying to do or was trying to do to get justice for Kanika.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So as you can see, the phone lines are ringing. Let's go with the next caller.
Cat South Show, Jay Hustle speaking. State your name and where you calling from.
Danica Celestine. And I'm calling from New Orleans, Louisiana.
All right now.
All I want to say is that I think that Miss Teresa should get back with Jedediah and Lamont and Natoria, even though they have moved on, and get justice for her daughter. Don't give up on your daughter. Don't let them offer you money and get away with it. Stand up. It's time that Black people come together, and I just feel so bad for Miss Teresa, and I feel bad for Jedediah too, because he was lied on, and he didn't deserve that.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your call. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Got somebody else on? Cat South Show, Jay Hustle speaking.
Hello?
State your name and where you calling from.
My name is Michelle. I'm calling from just a little town in Springfield, Ohio.
Okay. Go ahead with your question.
I just wanted to say that I am almost 60 years old, right? And I've never in my life seen a protest until this situation came up with the Kanika lady, the young girl. I want to say when the gentleman spoke earlier about it, he thinks it went bad when it went on Facebook and Live and all that. Well, I don't believe that that was the cause, because we would have never even known about this situation had you guys not came on live. I'm going to tell you, I was marching in my living room. I was screaming and shouting. I was begging my husband to fly me out. When I saw one person's live was shut down, I see another person's live. I tapped into their live. I mean, I was so amped and in tears with this situation. I don't know what happened. You know, I know that the devil will come and divide. I do know that. But because of so much gossip and so many different stories that are said, you know, once it all came to a halt, you can't really just live off of that. I think that it will come out, because where a death takes place and they call it murder, where they can't, you know, where in the end, they don't say at least it was a murder, that we won't hear on some news, you know what I'm saying? But if you guys had not done what y'all did, it would never have ever gotten this far. And a lot of people are saying, let me catch my breath, because I didn't think I was going to get a call. A lot of people are saying that what you guys did was for nothing. That's not true. That's not true, because people now have a lot of trust in you guys to, you know, to help them with their deaths and their family. Like me, I come from a little small town in Ohio. We have more murders, unsolved murders, than a little bit, simply because when they get a witness, the witness comes up murdered. And we're not recognized because we're just a small town outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio. But we have one of the highest crime rates with this young generation murder. And we have 2 or 3 murders a week in this little town. So, you know, I don't want to just stay on here, but I just want to thank you guys for all y'all have done. I'm almost 60 years old. My husband was like, why are you out to do what? You know, I said, I just want to be in the midst. This is history. You know, I just want to scream and I just want to shout. And my husband was like, well, you better keep marching across this floor, because you can't get out of it. You know, you get killed out there. But thank you guys for being so brave and just being so wholehearted towards this. I didn't see the negativity. I saw love, I saw compassion, and I saw people wanting justice and coming together, you know what I'm saying, as a unity. And that's all I want to say. I just want to thank you guys.
Thank you again. And say, what's your name again?
My name is Michelle Allen. I'm just from Little Old Springfield, Ohio. But I had jumped from lie to lie. I'm telling you, I stayed up all night. The lives I would miss, I'd go back to the ones that were pre-recorded. I mean, I lost a little sleep behind this, you know what I'm saying? And now that I'm connected with you guys, I'm going to tell y'all, I went from my tablet to my phone, trying to sneak my husband's phone when when everything was dying, the technology was dying in my house. I was like, I gotta stay up, I gotta do this. And my husband, he's a quiet person. And he was like, what is she doing? I said, well, baby, I said, if we don't get it, what we gonna do? And he'd be like, we gonna shut it down. I said, that's all I need from you, because I'm gonna make noise in this house as long as they making noise, because I knew he really wasn't gonna fly me out. So, like I said, I'm almost 60 years old. So, he didn't want me to get stampede.
Hold on. So let's do this. I want you to do it live. Justice for Kanika.
Justice for Kanika.
Justice for Kanika. All right. And if we don't get it,
we're going to shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
we're going to shut it down.
If we don't get it,
shut it down.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Well, look, I'm going to need some protesters later. Y'all need to come protest with me because fat lives matter. I'm for real. I'm tired of seeing billboards and commercials where the food look all good and I get up in there and it don't look the way that it did on the billboard. I want my food to look the way it did on the billboard because fat lives matter. Y'all might think I'm joking, but I'm serious. And the 4 fat hoes at a free cookout that done bought their own Tupperware.
Now, you know what?
I'm spending my money. I want my food to look like it look on TV.
Now, you know what? I hope Rico see this and call in because I hear people saying, wake up, Rosemont. Yeah, I hear y'all. I see y'all.
He was the number
one.
Out,
Joe J. Hudson speaking. State your name and where you calling from.
I'm Tamisha Thomas. I'm calling from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And my question is, who are the folks that are still out there protesting?
Well, you know what? We're not 100% clear on that, but I did see a few people out there. And from what I'm told is that they had permission from the mom. I even saw that the mom shared their information on her Facebook page. So I'm not 100% sure, but I did see a few people out there. However, I've not got a chance to get in touch with who's ever in charge, and I've not gotten a chance to get out there again myself. I did say that I will go out there when I get a moment to find out who's out there, if it's okay for the mother, because here's my thing. If the mother has found justice, if the mother's questions have been answered, and I don't want to go out there saying, justice, and the mother feels like she has justice, because, we don't want justice for us. We want the family to have justice because that's her child. And then I don't want to say, I don't know what to say. So what I will do is get an opportunity to go out there, find out who's out there, and if the mother has given her approval, and even talk to the mother to find out what's really going on. What have you found out? Or either talk to the attorneys. So I'm going to put a mandate out there. Larry Rogers Jr. Larry Rogers Jr. is the attorney. We're calling you to the Cats Out show. The cats need to see you and talk to you and interview you so that we can clear up and answer questions so that people can know exactly what's going on. So again, the attorney, Larry Rogers Jr., come on, let your cat out the bag. But thank you.
Thank you so much, because I've definitely been following still the protesters that are out there, and I wanted to make sure that they were out there for just cause. So thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
And again, not trying to put pressure on the mother, because I can only imagine she got a lot of things to do. They're planning a funeral. She got a bunch of people speaking good, a bunch of people speaking negative. She got her own stuff going on. So, I'm not in a position to judge anybody. I'm not. The only thing that I'm going to go on record saying is I'm going to do what Vera can do. And once I've done what Vera can do, I'm done. Anybody else that needs to do anything else, don't look at Vera. Look in the mirror and look at yourself, because you got a mandate to do what it is that you can do. Just do it. And I didn't say don't just look at Vera. Don't look at nobody. Stop looking for other people to do what it is that the only reason why some things may not have been done is because you've not done it. That's just that simple. So one thing that I can say about this young lady right here is she showed us how powerful we all are when we decide to come together. We got Facebook FBIs that came together. We got people that took videos apart, slowed them down, took out the background noise so that we can hear clearly. We had people going all through people's Facebook pages, writing names down, taking notes. I mean, I've seen some people, man, had me go to the police station. I went to Rosemont police station like, okay, let me ask some questions around here. I was like, Vera, girl, who you think you is? I forgot who I was because I was like, somebody better answer some questions. So again, do what you can do. That's just my final answer.
Oh, whoa, turn your live down. Turn it down.
I have my live on.
Okay.
All right, Cat's Out Show, J Hustle Speaker. State your name, where you calling from. Give me your question or your statement.
My name is Bernita Calhoun, and I'm calling out of Huntsville, Alabama. And I have been following the show, and I just wanted to put this out here. My heart goes out to the mom because I know she's going through a lot. And I know she appreciates everything everyone is doing out there. But I have just one question to say that, you know, a lot of people are doing a lot of bogus things online, like, for instance, like they was doing the what's the girl name?
Irene Challenge.
Yeah, they was doing it. I think they was very salty because I know the mom is watching some of this stuff, and a lot of people are not paying attention to her feelings and realizing that she's going through a lot right now. And the protest was so beautiful with everything everyone is doing. I mean, everybody did such a great job, I think, with the protest. And I think that whatever people can do to help the mom or help solve the case, I know she appreciates anything anyone is doing to try to help her. But Vera, I will tell you, I was following you, and I think you did an awesome job. I thank God that nothing happened to you, and God covered you with his blood over the time that, you know, you was going to your car when they was pulling cars and stuff. I mean, I have been watching everything. And even though I know I'm not in Chicago, I still support with sharing or doing anything I can do with calling the hotels, calling the news people, calling the police station, anything that I can do. I did it, you know, from here where I'm at to try to support what was going on in Chicago. Because this is a big thing. And I want to tell y'all just keep doing what y'all doing, and may God cover y'all with y'all blood of Jesus, and, you know.
Okay, thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, thank you.
And may God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Now, I tell you what, I need somebody here that can turn their live on. We just hear that Miss Martin is live now. Anybody can pull up the page so we can tune into that. Let's tune into that. We want to see what's being said. They can tune into it.
I gotta cut out this for a second. Be right back, y'all.
All right. And I want to say this while we're trying to pull that up.
Okay, let me go.
You want to find the phony folks? Just go to the funeral. You want to see who they is, because they, man, I get so tired of people broadcasting for junk. Cat's Out Show, J Hustle speaking. State your name and where you calling from.
Demetra Stagic, Ponciana, Florida.
All right. Go ahead with your question or your statement.
Yes, I was calling because I was watching the protest from the time it started to the ending of the protest, and I wanted to say that you know, I think the guys did a fabulous job for it, bringing unity into the march and guiding people and leading people to a peaceful protest. And so I just think that it's the far as the negativity that is going on out there as far as these guys and stuff like that. I know how it feels to lose a child, because I lost a child. Huh? Go
ahead, we're listening to you.
Yes, I lost a child, and I didn't have that type of support when I lost my child here in Florida, when that girl ran her car into his body and knocked him 90 feet in the air and broke every bone in his body and shook his brain and killed him at 11.5 years old. I didn't have that type of support. I was by myself. So it came to make me a realist and an activist on things that stand for justice. And I think this does stand for justice. But I send my heart out to that mother. I'm hearing echoes, but I send my heart out to the mother who is suffering for her child. And it can be a mental stability that she's going through when she went on social media and did what she did. We just have to understand her point of view and what she has been through. And so therefore, you know, yes, she did something on social media, but we got to understand, none of us is perfect. And God said, if we forgive him, if he forgive us, we have to forgive the next person that did us wrong. So with that said, we have to forgive those that do wrong. But in Mother Teresa's case, I can understand because she's going through so much in her body and losing her child and losing another child before that. And so with that said, everybody coming from her, from the east to the west, and in her ear, maybe she approved of something that she didn't remember.
Exactly. Well, hey, thank you so much for your comment. We're actually getting ready to watch what Mother Teresa had to say right now, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where's the speaker? I don't have.
Hey, love. How y'all feeling today? I'm making this post to let you all know I'm not charging for nothing. Someone just called and stated how much does it cost for to attend Kanika's funeral. That's a church. It's free. All is welcome besides the devil. So if someone tell y'all or y'all see some stuff online, come on, anybody that know me, well, it's a lot of people that don't know me, but I give. I don't try to receive. I don't believe in taking advantage of somebody. So don't believe none of the things that you see on the internet. Don't believe half the majority of the things that you hear. Okay? I'm sorry about all of you all's inconvenience. Once again, it's Saturday at Reverend Meeks House of Hope. Everybody welcome. Just come in peace. I love y'all. Peace.
All right.
And I'm gonna tell you something. You know, that's one of the things is that it's so much going out here on social media that you can't believe nothing unless you actually heard it out of the person's mouth. Yep. And then even then, with so much going on and it's going on so fast, you got to understand sometimes people say things and they may say it too fast or they may say it out of the wrong context. You just don't know. So again, you guys, y'all heard it. And I saw that message that it was $10 to get in and then $20. Somebody posted that stuff. See how evil people is? But again, and I can't say this enough, it's a higher power. It is a higher God. And he sees and he hears us all. That's why you're going to hear me say it over and over again. I'm not trying to satisfy you people. I can't even do enough to satisfy you people. Some of you people ain't even satisfied with your own self. So how dare me try and satisfy other people? But I'm going to do everything I can to try and satisfy God and to be, that's what I'm going to do. And then even when I fall short trying to satisfy God. That's who I'm going to repent to. So again, I hope you guys understand that we cannot satisfy people. And that is not our mission. For me and I'm just going to try and do my best to satisfy God and even and ask for his forgiveness when I prove myself short even with trying to satisfy God. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. We about running out of time. It's time for us to wrap up. But we got a few guests in the building that maybe you guys got a comment. Anybody got a comment? Like to say something? Come on, step into the light, Kurt.
And y'all ask me, am I going to cover the funeral? No.
Come on, we can hear you. Say your name and anything you want to say about the show.
Funeral, I'm gonna go.
We got guests in the building.
Nothing. Be respectful, people.
I think it's a great show.
I can't understand why people ask this.
People need to hear things like this. And as far as what we do, they need this membership too.
Okay. Go ahead and say something.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian Morris, and I think this is a great platform. And the reality is, you said it earlier, if you're not a part of the solution, you are in fact a part of the problem. There is no play in the middle when it comes to serious issues. So keep pushing, keep pushing.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Now I don't know if I want to put the camera. Babe want to say something?
She ain't gonna say nothing. She's sleepy over there.
Okay. I'm a punch you.
Light. Oh, that Cheetah's edition on.
That's a bright light, man. I tell you.
Right, and I didn't even have it out there during the protest. I didn't even have the light on.
Somebody said they don't respect me no more because I cracked the joke during this show. It's a serious matter, man. Shut up, man. You know, I ain't able to go there.
So you know what?
Oh, sheltered people coming.
You want to know what? You want to know a real joke? Go look in the mirror.
You get a life.
So you mean to tell me somebody don't like you on your show? See, why are we so critical to each other? And I'm gonna tell you why they don't like you, because you cracked the joke on the show. Because that same person can be doing their own show, and when they do their show, they'll see how hard it is. It's hard to do something and try and please people. Amen. Because you always got some people that's gonna say, "Oh, you doing too much. Oh, you not doing enough." That's why anytime you see me, I am doing Vera. I am the same in front of the spotlight as I am I shouldn't say in front of no light, because I may do some things differently with no light. But what I'm saying is that I am the same. So on camera, off camera. As a matter of fact, I do more off camera than I do on, because I'm off camera more. So again, people, if you don't have anything nice to say and you're watching the broadcast, you can just literally get off and go watch somebody else's broadcast. But you know what? They can't.
It's free advertising.
They can't even watch anybody else's broadcast, because guess what? Nobody is covering.
They talk about you to other people. Now other people wondering, who is Vera? Who is James? Who is Monique? Who they talking about? Let me go see. Then they start watching you, and instead of them hating like they friend, they become an actual follower and start taking up for you. But like you said, people get mad at you for doing different things, like the GoFundMes. They feel as though you using it for this or you using it for that. It's like you giving somebody on the streets money. When you give it to them, it ain't your business what they do with it. But they want you to go here. They want you to go there. They want you to do this. They want you to do that. Go on here and that doing this and that requires gas. It requires oil changes. It requires maintenance on your car. It requires you to do a lot of things. You can't just stop your life and go to a protest or a crime scene and be there 24 hours a damn day. If you do that, then guess what? You have no money coming into your income. You have no money coming into your income. You can't take care of your bills. You can't take care of your home. You can't take care of yourself. So if you want me to go take my ass to Joliet or wherever and stay there for 15 hours a day, then guess what? I'm going to be compensated. If I'm not compensated, I'm going to do everything to the best of my ability. But when I can't, then I won't go. But don't get mad because I'm not there. If you want me to be there, then help me get there. If you mad that I can't be there, then you get there.
And even if you help me get there, even if you help, you're not going to tell me what to do when I get there, or you're not going to put no mandate on me, because people will give you crumbs and expect for you to do all types of things. Yeah. So again, it's not free to do what it is that we do. We take out of our own time, our own schedule. I showed Monique my check from last week. I made $6.97 because I'm driving for Uber. I can't drive and text and try and find out what's going on. A whole $6.97. Really? Yeah. Anybody want to drive? I'm gonna put my link up there too. But anyway, that's a whole different story.
Jay Hustle, speaking, state your name and where you calling from.
Hi, my name is Marquita. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas. And I just want to say that if Jedediah did any sexual things to a child, like why they didn't go to the police and they just now coming out with it. And on the mother GoFundMe, she asked for $7,000 and she got almost $70,000 and ain't closed the GoFundMe down yet. Like,
It's just strange.
Wow.
It's 70,000 now?
Yeah, it kept growing.
Get out of here.
It
She
kept
ain't
growing.
gonna close that account.
What?
She
It
ain't.
kept
Thank
growing.
you, caller.
That's ridiculous.
I know it looked
All right.
bad.
Ridiculous.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that comment.
She ain't gonna close that account.
I know it looks very, very bad, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
That's how
It
come I
does.
said the whole thing is just developing to likes and most of all about money. Now I can understand if something it takes a certain amount of something to bury somebody or to take care of like expenses, but anytime the goal in GoFundMe or something was 7,000 or something, and now you get it's last time I checked or something a couple of days ago was 40,000. Now it's even more.
It's gonna be more than that.
I mean, come on.
I'll tell you like this.
It's a little bit
If
too
I
much,
ask for
you know?
7,000 and I got 70,000, what I would personally do, in my opinion, I would, because the funeral, everything gonna be paid for and covered already. So you don't need the money for the funeral. I would use that money to make little packages or whatever for the people that actually show up to the funeral, like a T-shirt, you know, some little stuff like that. You can do a package for $3 or $4 and make it look spectacular. Just some keepsakes so you can remember my daughter's name. The rest of that money, you know, you ain't gonna give it back. Take care of your bills you behind on. All I'm saying. I mean, why not? That's common sense. If I know that I got bills that need to be paid and my daughter is gone, I'm gonna take care of everything that I can. But if you go do something like, oh, I'm gonna go get a $6,000 weave and I'm gonna go get a brand new Mercedes, but you still living in the same house and your bills ain't paid, then that's crazy, in my personal opinion.
Well, I tell you what, you guys, it was another edition of the Cats Out Show, and we hope that we did it again. We let the cat out the bag and gave you guys information. But I'm gonna close the show with saying we're just giving our opinions. We're just sharing what information we've heard. But at the end of the day, we're not here to judge anyone, and we don't know what we would do in the situation. So again, we cannot speak for the mother. We can only speak for ourselves. Again, we just let the cat out the bag. We're gonna take one more caller for those of you all that's online, but we're officially off record. It's the Cats. We're on Intellectual Radio. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Facebook Live.
A million times.
Let me get out the bag.
Right.
Okay. So again, you guys.